So this is my black-haired clown. So I'm filming this on my phone just because I'm out here feeding babies at the minute, and these are the babies that sort of need a little bit of help, a little bit of an assist feed. And as you can see, I'm trying not to disturb it too much, but I've got the little wrap up in place, and it's finished doing its little. They normally struggle for a little bit trying to get it out of their mouth. It sort of stopped that now, and it's starting to think, right, actually, yeah, maybe this is food. So this is the second meal that I've given this chap now. I fed her about, I think it was 5 days ago I fed her. So this is it's like day 5, so 4 days after I fed her basically. And that's just because she didn't eat for a couple of weeks after the egg. She was starting to get quite slim. So I basically knew I had to step in and make sure that she started eating. Now the reason I wanted to just do this quick recording is because if you watched the video where I cut this clutch, you will notice that this one does have a slight kink in its neck, and I did wonder if that was going to be an issue for this snake. But after that first meal, it sort of took it down fine. It is a small meal, but it took it down just fine. And I just wanted to see if I could capture the feeding on camera, really, just to show how this one's getting on. So I don't want to get in this snake's face too much. I want to make sure it does actually eat this meal. But yeah, I just wanted to show that it's doing well, basically, just a little update. And yeah, you can see there's a little bit of dirt on the side of the tub there at the minute. I like to feed before I clean, just because they've got all those natural smells and pheromones and that in the drawer, so it just makes them feel a little bit more comfortable in my opinion. But once this one has fed, I will be getting that out and giving it all a good scrub. I've also got this one, which is from the same clutch. This is a blackhead that's 100% het for clown. It's pos het hypo as well. This is a female, and I think this one will probably be available at some point once it's established. You can see just how dark it is. The blackhead stuff is just my favourite. It really is. But yeah, this one as well, it wasn't taking food to begin with. Again, it started to get quite thin, so I have been assist feeding this one as well. This is the second assist feed this one's had. I'm hoping after a couple more it should start taking on its own. I always try and offer them the food first, just to see if they will take it naturally, and after I've sort of wound them up a little bit, if you like, and tried to get them to strike and things like that, if they don't take, that's when I normally try and do the assist feeding. But this one's now in its second meal. Hopefully that feeding response will start kicking in soon, and I can get up to a decent size where it's going to be ready for sale. You have to excuse all the elastic bands. I did drop all these as I was about to feed, but this is another one that I'm sort of assist feeding at the minute. So this is a female, and it's double het ultra male clown. And again, this one's just taking a little bit of time. This one's a bit of a weird one. It will eat normal food. It will strike on its own. But if the prey size is too big, then it tends to just give up halfway through and spit it out. So I thought I'd try it this week with a smaller meal, and it seems to be doing just fine. It's decided to sort of hang over its tub and eat, which I'm really not that fussed about. As long as it gets the meal down it, I'm more than happy with that. But this female, as well as a male, will actually be available again. The male's doing fine. He's feeding, doing everything he should. Once this female is up and running on her own, eating properly, decent sized meals, I'll probably be selling them as a pair. So that might be another thing you might want to look out for. So I could see this one was sort of watching everything I was doing because I had the drawer pulled out. So all I've done is I've slid the drawer back in a little bit, just so it's got a little bit of shadow, if you like. It's got a little bit more cover. And I think that has made a difference. It just makes it feel a lot more comfortable now. So as you can see, she's getting that small wrap up down. Now I'll be interested to see when she does start eating, whether she does manage to get bigger meals down without an issue. I don't think she will have a problem, to be fair. I reckon as she gets bigger, I think that kink is slowly just going to disappear eventually. Once she gets about 200-300 grams on her, I don't think you'd even notice the kink in the neck, to be fair. But you can see where she's got her neck bent round, and if you follow the pattern down, it's, I don't even know how to describe it. Follow the bend round, and there's like a little M shape on the bottom of her neck bit there. You can see there's like a lem. As you follow the M down to the last point, that bit there is like where the kink is. So it's not directly on the neck, which again I didn't think it was going to be a big issue for her, to be fair. But yeah, I think once she gains some size, I think she'll be absolutely golden. And I'm still in two minds. I do think it is a blackhead clown. I'm still on the fence. I'm still at like 95% it's blackhead clown, just because it looks completely different to all the other blackhead clowns that I've seen online. Whether she's got St. Kels in her, I really don't know. She shouldn't have, because I've bred most of the animals that were part of this pairing, so I should know what's in them. I'm hoping it is just a funky looking blackhead clown, but yeah, she's getting that down now, no issues. And she should start working it down past that kink very soon. I'm just going to pull the drawer out slightly just so I can have a better look of her, because the last time I assist fed her, I sort of opened the drawer up, gave her the little wrap up, and then closed the drawer and just left her to it. But yeah, if I can use my finger, you see here, right on this little bend here, that is where the kink is. So it's very, very slight. I don't think you would actually notice it unless I pointed it out. But yeah, she seems to be doing fine. You see, she is very small, and that is just because she didn't eat basically for the first sort of 2-3 weeks once she come out of the egg. And I'm never in a rush to try and get them to feed, just because they do have that yolk in them. That does last quite a long time, to be fair. It's only when I sort of see the body weight start to go down a little bit. So I always try and weigh my hatchlings on a weekly basis if I can, just to keep an eye on their weights, especially if they're not feeding. It's just a good way to track, see if they do need to start feeding or not. And I'll probably get to that 2-3 week mark, depending on what their body condition's like. And that's when I'll start sort of getting involved and getting the assist feeds on the go. As you can see, that wrap up is literally just at that kink now, where that kink would be. And she's just starting to move it down. She's straightening her body out a little bit. You can see she's sort of kinking up her neck now, working its way down. And she's probably stopped because she can see me. But it's literally so where that little bulge is now, the kink is basically right in the middle of that little bulge. And as you can see, she doesn't like she's having any issues with that. You can see how that natural curve in the neck, they sort of kink their necks up like that, and they sort of alternate kinking each side just to push that food down. I don't think she's having an issue. You can see she's working it all the way down. Don't forget, this is only her second meal, so that's probably why she is a little bit slower than normal. It doesn't help I'm right here filming and talking and things like, oh, Stingray in the background splashing water at me because it's hungry. And there we go, it's down basically. I got a little bit distracted there with the Stingray. I was playing with her for a little bit, but yeah, so you can see she's managed to get that down, no issues. And yeah, I'm really happy with that. So hopefully we can get her on some feed on her own basically. But yeah, she's absolutely amazing. All of her siblings, I think there's 3 others. There's 2 pastel clowns which are possibly blackheads, I'm not entirely sure. I'll tell you what, I'll quickly show you them. So this is one of them. She's currently going into shed, so she's not feeding at the minute, but yeah, she's currently going into shed. But yeah, I don't know if this is a blackhead clown or not. I've had a couple of people tell me they think it is. A couple of people say no, it's just a really bright pastel. I'm not entirely sure, just because I've never hatched blackhead clowns before, but yeah, she seems to be quite nice. Just as I start doing more recording, she comes back up. So she always comes up as soon as she hears my voice, or I'm banging around in the room, things like that. She always knows I'm here. Even this big guy here, this absolute, oh god, monster. I love this guy. As much of a bully as he is, I love him. But yeah, so that's my little Stinger. Whenever I'm in the room making noise, she always comes up and sort of along this rail here, she'll splash water up against it and make noises just because she wants food. She might even come back round in a minute and come straight back up. But I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but I've recently she's shed one of her barbs. There's probably a couple in here that I've missed, but she has shed a barb. And if you haven't seen it, it's on my Instagram. It looks absolutely amazing. And what I plan on doing is I'm probably going to try and set it in some resin, and then give it away basically. So I will do some form of giveaway at some point. Someone can win that. Here she comes. I'll see if I can get her actually coming right up to the surface, because she is actually quite tame. Especially during feeding times, I can feed her by hand. I've done videos on that before. If you haven't seen those, you can go back and watch them. But she does come up and feed by hand. You can stroke her and things like that. But yeah, she's absolutely amazing. But yeah, I need to stop. I will be careful. She might try and tag me. I need to stop getting distracted. So yeah, this is the other one. She's actually going to go for me in a second. I know it. But yeah, this is what, again, a sibling. Again, I'm on the fence. I don't know if it is a blackhead or not. Again, it looks different to the pastel blackhead clowns that I've seen online. But yeah, if anyone has any idea, then I'd love to know. So I finished this video off just with this girl. This is a Blitz that's 100% Hetfer clown that I produced. I actually produced this and also produced a butter version as well that I'm going to be holding back. But this girl is going to be available. As you can see, she's extremely feisty. She is trying to have a good old go at me. I don't want to get too close to the camera. But yeah, so this is a female Blitz. It's very similar to Hurricane and Trick, I believe. I don't know if they are the same gene or not. But you can see a lot of that, especially there where my finger is, a lot of the hooking and things like that. But this girl is going to be available, so again, if you are interested, then yeah, hit me up. This girl will be available. But other than that, I just wanted to do a quick update on my baby snakes basically, and how I'm assist feeding them. If you want me to do a proper full sort of video on how I assist feed, then please let me know. I can do that. I probably do it slightly differently to other people, but that's just what works for me basically. Try and get this girl to stop moving before she has a go at me. But yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.